Hey guys, Tony here. I'm suited up today. In a minute I'm gonna go check out the bees. I try to check them every 6 to 10 days since it's a relatively new colony. I'm gonna show you what I'm getting ready, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm headed out there. So here's everything I'm getting ready. This is the little tool bag that came on the Amazon kit, the first Amazon kit you see for the bee stuff. My other glove, which I don't have on so I can film. I got my brush. I brought a little mason jar so I can take a little sample of honey this time. And I've got my tool, which I bought a better tool. I just can't find it in the garage. And I'm taking some more bee feed in case they already ran through what I gave them last time. I had started off with that white feed. I think it's called fortified fondant or something. And I switched to this one because it said it contained protein and better things, but they could just be lying. Who knows? Let's see how the bees like it. Here's some of the stuff I have around, and I'm actually preparing on top of another bee area. This is another honey box, I think it's called, because it's a more shallow one. And I got my smoker here. I've never had an issue where the bees are aggressive or I see that like they need to be smoked terribly. But I was told by one of the people I learned from on YouTube that it's always better to have the smoker lit and next to you in case you need it than to not have it. And that sounded real smart to me. So let's head over. So I'm gonna walk over. Here's my lovely papaya tree. Walk through our little area of rocks that I can't wait to get rid of. Amazon brought a couple packages today. We'll check that out later. And I see that busy at the entrance today. Very busy. Well, let's head over there. Let's check it out. I also have my little chair so I can sit while I do most of this exploring. I'm gonna start to hit in with some smoke. Try to keep everyone calm, including myself. Give me a second to get situated. Okay, so I'm gonna hit them with some smoke. I'm trying to do it from, not too close because the smoke is hot, but hit them with a little bit of that smoke, cool them down, calm them down. And now we'll start opening. Wanted to show you how busy it gets. And this hive is covered in beeswax. It's just the way it is. I think they've enjoyed that more than a painted hive, I would say, but let's see. Try to open this up here. I'm gonna remove the little water that I have for them, which they're not drinking from at all. So it seems like one of those things that didn't really have much of a great use, but the first lid out. It still has some of that white fondant I was telling you about. Excuse me, I'm going to use both hands here, so you'll lose your view for a second. And look, we still got some bees that are eating from there and enjoying that. So I'll go ahead and put this to the side here. I always try to leave everything to the side and standing carefully in case, there's any bees on it, like there actually were a couple on there. They don't feel like I'm jostling anything around. And I gotta be honest, I've had a pretty good experience. I still haven't been bit at any point. I still haven't experienced any aggressive behavior from them. I am being very cautious every time I come out. I am, keeping everything. I open everything slowly, move everything slowly, but oh look, that's a weird bug in there. What's that? Anybody can enlighten me there? That doesn't look great. Is that a ladybug or is it worse? BRB. So I've got 2 layers over here. This is I'm really sorry guys, the names escape me sometimes. I know the bottom is a brooding box. It's deeper. That's supposedly where the queen is going to be, laying the pupa, the eggs that'll turn into pupa, that'll turn into new bees. This, I'm gonna call it a honey box. That might be the right term. It's more shallow. It's where they're going to start, you know, building out and storing their excess food when they've reached capacity down there. They haven't even started to lay comb on here because it's still relatively new, like I was telling you. And in between that yellow line you see is the queen extruder. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this top area now. That's probably going to give us a little bit of movement. All right. There's that food I had left them. They've eaten through it quite a bit. I hit them with some more smoke. I'm seeing little insects on there. If anybody can tell me, are those mites, are those good, are those bad? Obviously, good is not going to be the answer. I'm just wishful thinking, but any advice on how to keep them off my sweet, sweet bees and how to keep my bees happy and healthy while they're working would be great, because I definitely don't want any unnecessary insects in there. That was the queen extruder. We got some of these guys hanging out. I'm gonna put that down for a second. They've been eating this food. I think they've been eating this food more than the previous food, the white one I showed you. So that's good. You know, I like to bet on sports, but if I were taking a bet on bees, I'm gonna go ahead and say they cross-combed again, because that seems to be their favorite activity to do. Every time I open up the hive, there's a new section that's been cross-combed. It looks like that's been cross-combed AF, but let's just slowly check it out. Who knows? Maybe I got lucky and they didn't do it this time. Gotta find a better way to set up the camera so I can show you all everything, but also be able to use my hands. Let me see if this top pocket up. Okay, so here's something interesting to show you, and keep in mind I'm new at this, so I could be completely wrong. Feel free to correct me. I think that capped area, those those capped cells, are the babies that are at a point where they will emerge as grown bees, or it's just capped honey. Could go either way. I have no idea what I'm doing, so feel free to fact check me. But there it is. Let me show you a 3D view. Pretty cool. So here is where I really think the babies are beginning to form. You know, there we have the pupa, small, and they go growing, and then here they've been capped. The uncapped ones, I can only guess, are bees that have already been born and are working. Did you know the average honeybee lives 35 days? So it's not a long life, but they get a lot of work done.